Good morning from day 100 now, and still not at Harper's Ferry. I think I mentioned it in my previous video already, but I'll mention it again. I'm planning to stop at Harper's Ferry. I think there's no way, unless I really start pushing the miles, there's just no way to get to Katahdin in a year. So I guess I'm not a through hiker, but I'll have finished the whole trail. So, 2019, I did everything north of Harper's Ferry, and this year I'll have done everything south, but I still got to get to Harper's Ferry. Um, Still in Shenandoah. I still got about 31 miles until I hit a road that will take me out and then into Front Royal. I'll probably stay at a hostel there. I definitely need to dry out stuff at this point. The waysides have been really nice for food, resupply, and recharging, but I really need some laundry already. And I just had laundry a few days ago too, but I got pretty soaked. All my all my socks at this point are wet, so putting on damp socks in the morning is kind of no fun. But yeah, whatever. But it'll be good to get a little dried out at a hostel. I think that'll be nice, or a hotel maybe. I haven't figured that out yet, but we'll see. There's options. But yeah, 30 more miles. So between today and tomorrow, basically, that's the plan. I think get as many miles done today as possible, and then into the hostel or hotel tomorrow. I think is a good game plan. Not really planning on taking a zero or whatnot, but and it'll be kind of a long Nero day tomorrow. It sounds like, but whatever, we'll see. But the plan for today, there is a shelter about 17 and a half miles. It's a little bit of a stretch, so I might arrive late or when it's dark, but that's okay. I'm looking forward to I think it's going to be the very last wayside stop, a restaurant there. Um, this one's a little more casual restaurant. It's not. Yesterday was a kind of a nicer restaurant. That was fun. But yeah, I hung out there a bit and then got to move on. But today, I think it's just to get a burger, get a shake, and then maybe pack out something to go and then head out from there. But that'll be a good way to break up the afternoon. So that'll be kind of mid-afternoon. So we'll see, we'll see. But anyway, I'm feeling good. Otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty wet. I know I've been having problems with reception here. It's been in and out, but I know there's always a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. So I'm expecting that'll happen again this afternoon. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll come through when I'm at the wayside. But yeah, I'm already wet, so whatever. We'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, I think the only thing other than like inconvenience and discomfort with the wet socks and shoes, the only other worry is that you can get blisters a little easier. Although I've had pretty good luck so far, so that doesn't seem to be an issue. And then as long as you take off your shoes first thing at camp in the morning, or at night, and then let them air out as long as possible in camp, it seems to do the trick. So I don't have issues with trench foot or blisters or anything like that. So I'm thankful. But anyway, yeah, this was a good stop. Um, Really traditional. Let me switch this around. This is really traditional Shenandoah style hut, I guess they call it. But they got a fireplace in here. Obviously, didn't need to use it. There's a logbook. First time I actually wrote in the logbook, I basically said that I'm kind of lonely and all my AT through hiker friends are all gone. So that's all I said. And yeah, this is interesting too. And they got this little sign up here, this bird's nest. A lightning rod, interestingly. There must be a history of it getting struck by lightning. Another fire pit or something. Not sure why it's out here. And then this is kind of unusual. It looked like there was like a water fountain. Something here. Yeah, it does look like a water fountain, right? And then maybe a spigot for water down here. And then a bear box. Grateful for that. I put my food in that. And then a bear pole. I think when the bear box fills up, people got to start using the poles instead. And then there's another bear pole over here. So I've been really appreciating these, especially after getting my bag torn apart a bit by a bear. Using these when I can. But anyway, that's it for now. And I'm starting to fog up. Well, it is foggy this morning, but I can see in the lens that it is definitely fogging as well. So time to head out, time to make some progress. Looking forward to the wayside. I'm thankful for the wayside. I'm thankful for feeling good. I'm thankful for the weather. I'll take the rain over high heat any day. So I'm thankful for the light rain, and hopefully I don't get soaked. But I'm really happy about that. It's almost too cold. It's a little chilly, so I'm enjoying it. Anyway, yeah, I think onward we go. I was thinking a little bit about being bummed at, stopping at Harper's Ferry. Then I realized I've already done everything north, and how much more amazing would it be to, use the rest of the time to explore new areas, go hiking and go drive to the Rockies and do some day hikes and get some photos there. Go drive to the Grand Canyon, hang out there for a week. Maybe when it's not so hot. But, or, go to some foreign country. Go back to, Denmark. Retrace Kierkegaard's steps out in the forest. Find that forest, what is it? The nook of the Eightfold Path. Some like old hunting trail where there's 8 paths that all converge in the center. Sort of like a good metaphor for life's possibility. Or go to Japan, hike more in Japan. Like so many other things I could be doing. Or do I want to go back, and go through Pennsylvania again? The town, the trail towns are cool, but I've been there. Boiling Springs. Maybe I could just drive to Boiling Springs. Anyway, just some thoughts. I'm going to have to make this quick before I completely fog up again. I know it's going to happen. Anyway, I saw this Japanese couple hikers. A little bit older than me, but not too much older. I knew they were Japanese because the lady had a bear bell on her trekking pole. And then they also had Montbell brand backpacks. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm pretty sure they're Japanese. And I asked them, I felt pretty bad because I was like passing them pretty fast, but I spoke a little Japanese to them. But I was able to see them again in the parking area. That was the panorama parking area down there. And it was very busy. Man, lots of people coming up. I'm not sure there was much of a view because it was pretty fogged in. Although I think it was starting to clear, to be fair. But yeah, I got to talk. I saw the Japanese couple again at their car, and I talked with them. I guess they live in Virginia. And we were talking in English. And yeah, the lady was saying, oh yeah, I've been here. I was here, almost 20 years ago. And it was not as crowded, this is crazy. It's kind of the way I feel too is she said, it's a good thing that people come in and appreciate it, but it's also kind of too much, Also some chat about bears. Have you seen any bears? I used the opportunity to take out my food bag and show them the marks. But I told them generally that the bear, I clapped my poles together and the bears have been running off, which is good. And they're saying, oh, I don't know if you heard, but Japan has had an increase in bear attacks and people dying from, bears. I don't know what's going on there, but they're trying to figure out, well, what's the difference with the bears here? My theory is that we killed off most of the aggressive bears, hunted them away, and the ones that are left are kind of afraid of humans, with the exception, the problem bears are the bears that get fed and have to get killed. But I feel like maybe we've just been really aggressive with hunting them. I don't know, but we said, well, we got to change what we're doing. Yeah, it's crazy. You go there, people are dying from bear attacks, just like in the middle of the cities, I think. Not even just the hikers, people randomly in the cities. The bears come into the city. It's crazy. But yeah, I know I was talking about hiking in Japan before, but I'd forgotten about that. Like, maybe I should get a bear belt. Anyway, that was fun. And yeah, I told him I think Virginia is a cool place, good place to live, and yeah, it seems like they're enjoying it. But anyway, that was fun. It's fun to chat a bit in the absence of my AT through hiker friends. Still have not seen anyone. Anyway, just a lot of day hikers today. It's Sunday, and I think it's less than a week now to Harper's Ferry, so I gotta try to get through before it gets hot again. And let's see how many miles we could do today. Oh. Anyway, I must have been tired. Sorry about that. Anyway, I think onward we go. That's funny. I guess that name is not an exaggeration. I saw a rattlesnake yesterday. Oh, look, there's a car out there. And just a silhouette of a person. But I gotta keep going here. Okay, let me cross here. Look, it's Matthew's arm. Okay. Yeah, I went to Elk Wallow Wayside, which is their fancy word for like a little general store and a little cafe there. The burgers are pretty decent, surprisingly. Everything else is okay. But I think that's the last Wayside for Shenandoah, which is kind of exciting. It's a little milestone. But I lingered there too long. But I also tried to wait out the rain, which I think was successful. There was just a little storm that came, a little cell that came through. And I avoided it entirely, which is nice. And now I'm just trying to see if I can get up here less than a mile to the top of this hill here. And there's some campsites up here, some unofficial tent sites that I'll probably end up doing. But I might push to the last shelter, or to the shelter, which was my original plan. And then get there after dark. I think I'll have just enough light to work without a headlamp to get there. That might be too much of a stretch, but that would be nice to be close to water, privy, bear boxes, all that, conveniences, and then maybe use the shelter like I did last time. You won't have to set up my tent then. But we'll see. I got options, but we'll see how I feel. I know there's not going to be a view at the top here. That's fine. But check out the tent sites up here, see how they look, and let's go from there.